This is the University of Tampa. This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa. This is the University of Tampa. This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
There.
And we are back. Well, folks, I think we finally figured it out. Thanks to Tom Colby, we have. I think he has an engineering or electrical degree, but it's nice to be able to hear us once again. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Did mention that Dr. Seth Gasser and his Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team. We want to thank him for keeping the Tampa players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. At the end of 16-12, Florida Southern.
Florida Southern with the first possession of the quarter. Outside, Campbell.
We see Marta Aranda, number 33, is in the game for Florida Southern.
Couple subs coming in.
Kalaidiev is in as well.
Yeah.
Becky Kalaidiev, number 32.
The two All-Americans stay in, but I think three others have replaced three other starters. Tampa gets the ball in their first possession of the quarter. Tighter jumper, too strong.
Yeah, Campbell stayed on the floor along with the two All-Americans, Giardina and Fuse Robertson.
Giardina drives the baseline on McClure, but McClure does not give her a good avenue to go in. Off the glass, bounces around, no good. That was Campbell missing it, and the Spartans come back.
You can see Kalaidiev is guarding Chris Nelson. Nelson is 3 inches shorter and actually looks smaller than that.
Nice move inside, 16-14.
Kalaidiev, by the way, just a freshman point guard, so she's got a lot of years ahead at Florida Southern.
Oh, Giardina hits that. Kalaidiev, as you mentioned, she was 25-point-a-game scorer in high school, so she's got credentials.
Absolutely. She averaged a team-high 19.9 points a game last year. So even though Fuse Robertson was the player of the year in the conference, she wasn't even this team's leading scorer.
And she's off the bench.
Right. Moccasin 17-1, 10-0 in the conference, undefeated in regional play as well. The regional ratings haven't come out yet. Tom Jesse says he's among the voters on there. He goes, obviously they'll be the number one team in the region when that first vote comes out.
They got Emily Eshu on a drive. She was trying to take the baseline. They said she threw an elbow out. That's her second foul, so she may come out. You might see Malia Sullivan come in. And
a freshman.
She is.
Sullivan, a freshman from Winter Haven High School, Bartow, Florida.
She's exciting.
She's a talent. She had D1 offers from Kansas State and Texas Tech, but wanted to stay close to home so her family could see her play here at Tampa. 5'11", freshman. She's got the goods, too.
Giardina pops a three. Hits the three. Wow. 21-14.
Speaking of 14, number 14, Mackenzie Steele is in the game, another freshman, 5'10", out of Plant City. The Spartans got within 2.
Back-to-back buckets. Nudge finds McClure. Up. Oh, too hard. Got a little pressure from behind. Yeah, even tells the ref she got hit.
Yeah, either she got hit or the ball might have been tipped.
It was altered is what I would say.
Yeah.
Ball does go out of bounds. It'll stay Southern's ball.
Betsy Harris, by the way, in her 5th year at Florida Southern, a record of 102-36.
Wow.
First year they went 14-15. Oh, check that. They went 13-14, and then 20 or more wins each of the last 3 years.
Giardina with another 3. Tom Jesse says we got to talk about it, as all of a sudden it's 24-14.
Well, and he has words for Julie McClure as she came off. She had done a tremendous job of limiting Giardina in the first quarter. Giardina had just 2 points in the period. Most of the time she was guarded by McClure, but McClure has allowed her to just shoot 2 wide open threes. She's knocked him down, and now a 10-point lead for Florida Southern.
So Giardina with 8 this quarter. 24-14 right here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Crown Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
.com. And I'll tell you what, the last few games we've done, ever since before Christmas, the students haven't been around.
Yes.
They've been on break, so it's nice. I came back, I couldn't find a parking spot in the garage today.
Yeah.
It's you can tell, obviously, with the fans coming from Lakeland as well for Florida Southern. It's a big night here, but it's great to see the students back on campus.
Yep. Sullivan's going to drive, fouled on the way up, and hits the shot, but they wave it off.
That's too bad. That you can see some of the skills that Jack and I were talking about. Sullivan can play this game, and that's a good move right there for a freshman.
Unfortunately, she doesn't get the basket, doesn't get 2 shots, just an out of bounds.
Yeah, it was on the drive, so if it would have counted had she been in the act of shooting.
So let's do it again on the other side. She has the potential, and I think it'll come more when she just becomes more of a leader on the team, to take a game over.
Yeah. I think you Florida Southern fans are going to see her and look at her and say, hey, she has the same kind of ability, skill level, as your 2 All-American players.
Yes.
But young and inexperienced.
Giardina trying to drive on McClure. This time McClure toe-to-toe. Nudge with the board. Lead 8 for Florida Southern.
Sullivan scored 21 points in her collegiate debut. Jack and I were like, oh boy, she's going to be fun. That's been her premier game, although she did have a 19-point game at Eckerd last week. So, again, she's capable of getting off.
She missed that shot on the drive that time. Interestingly, if I remember correctly, her collegiate debut was not the first game of the season.
Correct. Tom Jesse had held her out, saying, I don't like the matchups. I want her to have success in her first game. So he did not put her on the floor against a team that might have had some problems. And instead, played her the next game when the matchups were a little more favorable. And Tom looked like a genius at that point.
Foul on number 23, Pesiliak. Tighter in the lane. Nice little fake. Ball won't go.
Pizalia Kamenko, that's a mouthful.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't want her being the leading scorer, because then you got to call her name a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm lazy that way.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think they call him Coach K.
Yeah, exactly. I think 3 in the lane, perhaps.
Florida Southern with the turnover. They have 5. Tampa with 3. Hustling back into the lineup is Janicki.
Betsy Harris must have heard me. She put Pizalia Kamenko right next to her on the bench right now. Thank you, Coach Harris.
Sullivan finds Nudge.
Boy, tough man defense here.
Again, McClure, she didn't have to fake, and she traveled. I don't know if she did. I think she just ball faked. But
I think she kind of hopped up with the ball fake. Went up in the air just enough.
Unfortunately, she didn't need the ball fake because the players she thought were coming at her stayed away.
She's not used to playing in the land of giants down there on the blocks.
Yep.
Just found herself in the offense with an open look and didn't know it.
Claiborne back out. On the way from deep water, Landberg missing. Spartans need to hit on a couple possessions because Florida Southern has gone cold, but at this point, both teams.
Yeah, but neither team scored for over 2 minutes. Florida Southern for almost 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Sullivan just gave the ball away there.
And that's some of the freshman mistakes that we're going to talk about.
Giardina over the back was fused Robidin, but nothing called.
Again, Sullivan, being a freshman, has made some freshman mistakes, and that's limited her playing time on occasion.
Tighter, no good on a fadeaway from the lane. Under 4 minutes to go until halftime. Had a little more of a frantic pace in the first quarter in a 16-12 game. Slowed down. It's been 8-4 since then, Florida Southern in this quarter. Janicki, bounce pass into Claiborne. She tries to hook her way around tighter and does and scores. Back to a 10-point lead. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn giving you the game here. Coming up at halftime, Associate Men's head coach Justin Pekka will be stopping by. Nudge goes down to the knees, looking, and I think they got her with the... I'm not sure what that call was. 3 seconds?
3 seconds in the lane, I think.
Lauren Cody into the lineup for the Spartans, tighter out. Spartans a little ragged the last couple times.
Tampa 14-5 on the year, as you mentioned. Jack 8-3 in the conference. They've won their last 4, including last week at Eckerd, 71-66, a big win against one of the rivals. And then at Barry, 64-62, so a couple of tight wins last week.
Hughes Roberton gets a friendly bounce. 28-18, I should say. I've got 28-18. They didn't put it on the board, though.
It's not on the scoreboard in the house. It is on our stats monitor, and I think that is correct.
Runner by Nelson, bounces around, doesn't fall. Yeah, it is 28-16.
Yeah, they've updated it now. Well, Tom Jesse told me as well before the game that this is a team, Florida Southern, that has really good depth, and we've seen that tonight as Betsy Harris has just run a number of players out there on the floor.
Yep. Claiborne trying to drive on Cody. Cody forced her out a little bit too far for the hook shot.
You can see the unselfishness of Fuse Roberton as well. I mean, she had a chance maybe to make a move and get a shot away there. We got a whistle as the scoreboard and timer clock has gone out completely. Third or fourth straight game that's happened here.
What was the over-under?
Well, I had second half, but you had second quarter, I thought.
I had at about the
so you're the winner
4-minute mark of the second quarter.
Okay. But Fuse Roberton, again, very unselfish. She had a chance to take a shot right there and looked for a teammate. And you can see, even though she's, again, averaging 18.6 a game, she's the leading rebounder at 6.5 boards a game on this team. She's blocked more shots than anybody else on the team, 13, averaging 1.5 steals, 1.5 assists. Just a terrific all-around player, and hence that's why she was the conference player of the year last season.
Honorable mention All-American.
Oh, yeah.
First team All-Conference player of the year, you name it.
Couple of double-doubles this year. Last year averaged 18.6 points, 9.4 rebounds, and she gets to the line a ton. She had a Sunshine State Conference high 148 made free throws last season.
Wow.
And she's an 84% shooter. So you add that along with the 14 double-doubles that she had last year and a triple-double that she had against Rollins, 13 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Anya Fuse Roberton, number 24, is a real talent in the Sunshine State Conference.
Still waiting for the scoreboard to come back.
But I say that, obviously she doesn't have to do it all here, as she has just as many points as Claiborne, Mercedes Claiborne, one of the other senior players on this team. But Giardina with 10 points is leading the way.
Neither team burning up the nets.
No.
Though almost, well, I thought that was 33. It's 11 for 23, so that's almost 50%. Spartans, though, are 7 for 21.
The Moccasins are on a 12-2 run right now, and on the last 5 field goal attempts for the Spartans have all been no good. They've had 3 turnovers the last 4.5 minutes. This second quarter has not gone well for the home team.
Nope. We still await the scoreboard to come back.
Well, as we mentioned, the commissioner's in the house. Maybe he has some connections to get the electricians union to work on the scoreboard. They'll have to do something to get it fixed because it's become an issue now in almost every game.
Oftentimes, multiple times a game.
Yeah.
This is probably, there it came back, but this is probably as long a delay as we've seen.
Yeah. Usually they're able to pop it into place somehow and get it going again.
I have no idea what they have to do. They unplug it, they reset it. It retains all its information, so it's almost as if the power went out. We're ready to go again. Tampa will inbound right in front of us. Two minutes, 15 seconds to go in the half. Spartans have scored only 2 points this quarter, 4 points, I should say, this quarter. Eight on the shot clock. I don't know if they're aware of it. It's down to 5. Nudge tries to drive. And
offensive foul. I think they say that she pushed the ball into the defender.
Okay.
And Nudge puts her hands up like, hey, seriously, I don't know. I don't know what I did.
She's gotten called for 2 travels and now this.
Another turnover.
7 now for the Spartans. Giardina drives. Sullivan gets it. Knocked away from her. Out of bounds. They'll keep it. So at one point it was 5-3, Florida Southern with turnovers.
And the scoreboard's up. Again, they've lost the timer. And Jerome is coming over to the scorer's table again to try to figure out why the power keeps going out on the clock.
We're going to have to get one of those scoreboards where you just flip the little cards over.
Yeah. You have to do it in a hurry if it's per second. If you're going to have the clock on there too?
Well,
or you just
you just shout it out every so
okay,
often.
All right, very good. We do.
You shout out the game clock, I shout out the shot clock.
Sounds good. We'll mention a couple of our sponsors. Walter's Press Box on Southdale Mabry, Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery, serving for more than 20 years. The Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. There is a big game coming up Sunday, I hear. The Press Box, located at 222 Southdale Mabry. Embassy Suites downtown is connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center, and Embassy Suites offers a convenient location close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa, located just a few blocks from the UT campus. Come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa.
So that's the Eastern Michigan-Dayton game, right, that you were talking about?
That's the big one I'm talking about. It might be on one of the screens there.
The little 15-inch black and white.
Yeah.
Minute and a half to go. Scoreboard back. Tampa back. I don't know if Florida Southern just ramped up its defense in this quarter or what, but it's been very hard for the Spartans to get anything going. There's another foul, or
Tom Jesse just sitting there. He can't believe his team continues to turn it over and over and over.
It's another turnover by Sullivan. Thinks he stepped on the base or the out of bounds line, getting a running start. So in a game where you have to keep errors to a minimum, the errors have been maximized. Giardina looks good, nothing but net.
I'll tell you what, that's a great move because the ball got knocked away from her, so she had to go off the bounce to knock down that shot, and down it went. Wow.
This time foul is called by on Landberg, I should say. 30-16.
Just the third team foul, though, so a Tampa ball underneath the basket with 48 seconds left. Tampa only 4 points in the quarter, Jack.
Was it 18-16 at one point?
16-12 was the score at the quarter.
Right.
So it's a 14-4 run here. Right?
I thought it was 18-16. The Spartans had closed to 2.
You might be right.
Which means it's a 12-0 run.
Well, I'm seeing a 14-2 run on the stats monitor, so that could be right.
It might have been 18-14 was as close as they got.
Well, they pulled within 2 at one point, but
it's been a drought. Emily Eshu coming in, Julia Ingram coming in, Julia McClure, and Malia Sullivan to the bench.
Well, and Eshu, the three-point shooter, again, she had a couple of fouls, did she not, early on?
Yes, 2.
And so that's why she's now coming back in for the final shot of the half.
Needs to be careful that one of the fouls was offensive. 15 on the game clock for the half. 10. Nelson looking for some room. She may have to drive herself. She does. Fouled on the way in. She'll go to the free throw line with 3.8 seconds to go. Nelson's first shot. Good. Nelson, a 79.3% free throw shooter.
And you see Tom Jesse doing the thing, getting Eshu out of the game so she doesn't pick up another foul. Getting her right back out when she would have had to play defense for the last 3.8 seconds.
And 2 free throws. 1 free throw, I should say. Shot at the buzzer won't count. And it goes off. And at the end of the half, Florida Southern has broken this one open a little bit. 30-17, Florida Southern. I think it's 30-18.
It is 18. Again, the scoreboard didn't update after the second made free throw.
All right.
So it's 30-18. You are correct.
30-18. She just finds her spot, and all of a sudden she's open. Other side, we have Julia McClure with 2. Titer has not scored. That's surprising. 0 for 5. Chris Nelson with 2 on those 2 free throws. Malia Sullivan with 2. Got her basket quickly. And then it's Dory Nudge and Emily Eshu with 6 apiece.
All right, Jack, you step aside for a moment, and I'll be joined by Associate Head Coach Justin Pekka, the University of Tampa. Men getting ready to play the Florida Southern men in a game coming up here after this conclusion of the women's game. It's 30-18, Florida Southern on top of Tampa here in the womenens game. But Justin, welcome. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right.
You out of breath?
Can be.
Yeah, you came running across the floor there.
Vaughn's dad flew in from Vegas for this game, so I was back there talking to him. I didn't realize it was halftime already.
It's okay. I just wondered what kind of shape you were in, but you sound pretty good, so not bad.
Going.
All right, the women's team from Florida Southern is really, really good. They're again, they've won 14 straight games, 17-1, 10-0 in the region. The men, they're unranked, but they're really good too, aren't they?
They're really good. Yeah, they have a lot of guys that can shoot the ball. A lot of experience back from last year's team that was really good. So they're a tough out for sure.
14-4 on the year, 7-3 in the Sunshine State Conference. They overcame a 24-point deficit to Edge St. Leo, 86-83 in their most recent game. Did you see video of that?
I did see that. Yeah, they caught fire, and they're capable of. They're in any game because they can all shoot. Lawton's playing really well. He averages, I think, 22 a game.
Yeah.
Can really shoot it from deep. He's a first-team All-Conference, I believe, last year, and he's playing like it right now.
I called the game when Kevin Capers was playing for them his senior year, and they won the national championship.
Still have nightmares from Capers.
I'm sorry about that. But I was able to call on ESPN3 the SSC championship game that year.
Okay.
Kevin Capers and Florida Southern beating Barry in that matchup.
Yeah.
Capers was one of the great D2 players I've seen in the years that I've covered. But
they're dressing to come play well.
And one of the things that's really happened with all those players that went out, it created opportunities for other guys.
Yeah.
But how about number 0? Tyler Wilson has become regular in the rotation at this point.
He really has. He's done a great job. He's coming in and scoring points for us. He needs to be ready to play tonight. I know that because they're going to run and we're going to need some depth. But he's taking advantage of his opportunity for sure.
He has. And as far as what you guys have to do tonight to get a win, what is it?
Well, we really have to guard a 3. That's probably first and foremost. They like to run, so we need to really work on transition defense, get back on defense, and we need to score points also. Our offense has been struggling lately with all these guys out, and we need some people to step up.
I haven't talked to you since the last home game, and that was a game, it's ages ago in coach speak, I know that. Yeah. But that was a game where, again, because of all the injuries, you had
Lynn, right?
Lynn.
Yeah.
But you had guys, I mean, you fell behind, and yet you had players, the walk-ons, and the guys that had hardly ever seen court time. They're playing at crunch time, and they came back and almost stole the game.
Yeah, we were down by 20, I think, and we came back, cut it to 3 with a couple of minutes left, and just ran out of gas. But
I mentioned that night, I said, they showed so much character. I mean, there's, you can talk about
injuries, excuses,
and whatnot. But I thought your guys showed tremendous character that night.
They did. They really battled. They showed they have some heart, and they wanted to win. And we're going to need that tonight.
Yep, going to need that same kind of effort, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Justin Pecka, thank you very much.
We'll
let you go back to your duties, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Good luck tonight. All right, that's Justin Pecka, associate head coach for the University of Tampa. Richard Schmidt's team will take it on. He'll be going for his 705th career win here tonight against a very good Florida Southern Moccasins team. That's coming up around 7:30 at the conclusion of this game. Again, it's 30-18, Florida Southern over Tampa here at halftime of the women's game. Jack Ike and I will be back in just a bit. I'm Scott Lynn. Nice to have you along here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Halftime just about over. Sunshine State Conference basketball. The numbers 1 and 2 teams in the conference. In the women's side, Florida Southern at 10-0 in conference play, 17-1 overall. The Tampa Spartans 8-3 in conference play, and they are 14-5 overall. At the half, Florida Southern, in what's become a low-scoring game, leads 30-18. It was 16-12 at halftime, and teams were shooting fairly well, but quieted down, especially for Tampa, just a 6-point second quarter. Tampa right now 7 of 22 at the half, and Florida Southern is 12 of 26, 4 of 10 from three-pointers, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and they have 16 rebounds. Tampa is 18 points on 7 of 22, 2 for 4 from 3 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and 13 rebounds on the day. Tom Jesse said turnovers, keep them to a minimum. They have 8-6 for Florida Southern. Tampa will start the second half with the ball and will inbound right in front of us, heading right to left.
There's the buzzer. We can start the game now.
Time.
Yeah.
Clock's running.
Everything's working. That's a good thing. Well, before the season started, Florida Southern was picked to win the SSC championship. 10 of the 11 coaches voted Florida Southern number 1. And Eckerd got the other vote. But in this game tonight, in the standings, it's Florida Southern 1 and Tampa 2.
Tampa needs to hit a few shots, play some defense. They go to Nudge, and she just gives the ball away. Landberg just took it.
9th turnover.
Nudge, unfortunately, just turned into her and she took the ball away. It is Nudge, Nelson, McClure, Titer, and Eshu on the floor for Tampa. Landberg, Claiborne, Janicki, Fuse Robatine, and Giardina. And the basket there makes it 32-18. Eshu, guarded by Janicki. McClure starting the second half. Cody started the game for Tampa, but the matchup's a little bit better with McClure in the lineup. Nudge just not having a lot of success looking to go against Claiborne, and there's McClure with the miss. To the other end. Taken away, but retained by Florida Southern.
Do want to let our fans know, everybody watching in Lakeland, and also our Tampa Spartans fans, that Ed Pasquale, the commissioner, will join me at halftime of the men's game. And so we will talk to him for a couple of minutes and see what he's doing in the house here tonight.
So I get to go.
You can go eat your dinner.
Go eat my dinner again?
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Lauren Cody coming in as Nudge, I think, picked up a foul there, or just Tom Jesse didn't like what he saw.
Well, she has 5 turnovers in the game.
Yeah.
And when the game plan was we can't turn the ball over at all, basically, and to have a chance, that's an issue.
Yeah. You need to sit and think about it.
And Nudge is a player who can take over a game, but so far tonight it hasn't gone her way that way.
They've made it very tough on her. Nice steal by Titer. Titer is still scoreless in this game. The leading scorer for the Spartans at about 13 and a half. I don't have it in front of me. Oh, here I do have it in front of me. 14-2. Cody faces up on Claiborne, tries to back in and foul on the way in.
Yeah, one of the game plans also is to not have your leading scorer go scoreless, and right now that's where Tampa is.
Yes.
And again, Becky Harris is a good coach. You knew they were going to focus on Titer and on Nudge, and they have contained them combined. They've totaled 6 points, and we're a couple minutes into the second half now.
Cody knocks down the free throw. Spartans go 2-12 of the third quarter before getting a point. And Cody gets him 2. Landberg trots it across half court. Claiborne to the corner. Landberg with a 3, and she knocks it down, and she is 2 for 3 from three-point line. Nelson drives, fouled on the drive. Foul is on Landberg.
Landberg was only 3 of 8 for the season coming into the game.
On threes?
On three-pointers.
Decent percentage, but not a lot.
But not a lot of them, but she has knocked down a couple here tonight. 2 out of 3, as you said.
Nelson to the line. She's 3 for 3 from the line tonight. 15-point lead was the biggest. It's now down to 14. Stays 14. Giordana guarded by McClure. Janicki to Kaladiev. Top of the key. Giordana looked, back away. Finally pops it and hits it. Wow. Just took a little step back and shot anyway.
Giordana's a big-time player. You can see why she was honorable mention All-America last year.
She has 15 now. The lead is 17.
She had 4 30-point games last year.
Wow.
Jack.
McClure tracks it down to Cody, to Titer. Titer still can't buy one. She's 0 for 6 from the floor today. Giordina, little stutter step, comes back out, sends it inside to Fuse Robatine off the glass. Nelson rebounds. Quickly to the other end. Titer, pull-up jumper, still can't get on the board.
And Tom Jesse just sits and looks out there and says, wow, this is not what we called in the game plan.
Jump shot, no good. Titer tries to get the rebound and able to get it to Nelson.
Nelson, beautiful feed by Nelson, but an offensive foul is called on Cody.
Spartans were 5 for 13 at the end of the first quarter. They are 7 for 25 since, so 2 for 12.
And even just 12 shots in the last 14 minutes.
Yeah.
That tells you something.
Tampa, one of the lower scoring teams of the conference, but they also play the best defense. Florida Southern at 79 points a game. One of the top scorers. Take that back. Tampa at 62 points, gives up 52. Florida Southern. I think I was giving you the men's statistic, actually.
I can tell you. I can help you out here. Florida Southern averages just under 80 points a game.
Right, okay,
79.8 and gives up 55.7.
All right, so I was right.
Yeah, and Tampa, 62.3 and 52.4. So, yeah.
Two of the better defensive teams in the conference.
Yeah.
Little spin, Giordina fouled on the way in, and McClure just shrugs her shoulders.
You can see Camille Giordina just having a good time. She's smiling. She's playing just freely, having a good time out there in many ways, and why not? Her team's up by 17, and she's got a 15-point game going.
Make it 16.
It's all good in her world right now.
Favorable bounce again, make it 17. 40-21.
Both Fuse Robertson and Giordina are in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken, as far as all-time scorers in their program's history. You may have seen that note, Jack. I don't have it in front of me either right now, but they have been terrific all 4 years.
Tom Jesse just looking for something. Puts in freshman Amaya Lasley from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Somebody to give him a spark. Lasley fouled, misses the free throw. Malia Sullivan in the lineup gets it back. Nudge back in the lineup, so it's Lasley, McClure, Nudge, Cody, Sullivan with the charge.
And that charge coming after a nice offensive rebound after the 2 missed free throws. So again, literally nothing going Tampa's way right now.
That is 11 turnovers now.
And credit where it's due. This is because Florida Southern is good, the best team in the conference, record-wise, and it would appear ability-wise. Again, Tampa only lost by 7 in Lakeland and had to be outscored 19-10 in the fourth for that to happen.
Good D by Sullivan, and she gets the ball, fouled by Janicki. Spartans, we are almost 5 minutes into this half, have 3 points, all on free throws. They have not made a basket this half.
Wow. I'm going to go back to the play-by-play and look at the second quarter.
There was a scoring drought there. I'm trying to think if they...
I know. That's what I was going to see. When was the last basket? I'm going to check. Made free throw.
It might have been free throws then as well.
Good, Dana.
Lastly, inside to Cody. She kicks it out to Nudge. Nudge looks up, sees 5 on the shot clock. Sullivan 2, and she has the shot blocked, but a foul called. I think it's going to be on Fuse Robiton. And with less than 5 to go, you haven't found it yet?
I found it. I had to go back a ways. 6:59 mark of the second quarter. So almost 7 minutes they went without a field goal.
An hour 5.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Subaru, our reputation rides with you. Firehouse is a sponsor of UT Basketball. For fresh made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, their subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses, located at 2617
So simple.
West Kennedy Boulevard. Firehouse, founded by firemen. And for generations, Krispy Kreme's been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut or other variety paired with a hot coffee. Visit the nearest Krispy Kreme on West Kennedy, right near the UT campus. Krispy Kreme, serving hot donuts now.
This is the first game of the second round of the SSC. These two teams open the season against each other back on November 28th.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they have squared off.
Spartans are home Saturday. Embry-Riddle comes to town. That is a 2 o'clock tip-off. Sullivan hits that one.
Hey, a basket. A field goal.
No, that was a free throw.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I looked up. I was looking at the standings. I just wanted to see Eckerd and Nova Southeastern are 7-4 in conference play for the women. They're tied for third. Lynn, Embry-Riddle, Rollins, all 6-5. So there's a real logjam, and Tampa's trying to avoid falling into that mess with Eckerd, Nova Southeastern, Lynn, Embry-Riddle, Rollins, all of them right there. You have a chance within a game or two of falling from alone in second to maybe 7th place, just like that.
That will make the Embry-Riddle game on Saturday very important.
Yes, it will.
At home.
Jack and I will be there for that one.
We will.
As well.
And by the way, coming up, and I know they haven't given us all the official details, but the February 9th men's basketball game, which is a home game against Florida Tech, is a Children's Cancer Center game, and they're going to have, they're going to try to get people to pledge for children's cancer research, and they're going to have a website for you to go online, register your name. And what they're going to have is for the month of February, and you can go online now and set it up, is for every 3-pointer made by the Spartans men's team during that time, whatever you pledge will be your donation at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
Justin Pekka said on average they'll say it'll be, if you were to pledge $1, it'll be about $50 by the end of the month.
Hey, count it. There's the basket.
There's your basket.
There it is.
Took 6:10 of this quarter, and then about 6:20 of the previous.
6:59.
59.
So almost 7 minutes plus the
13 minutes without
over 13
field goal.
without a field goal. Wow. But that's terrific. That's a good thing, and obviously everybody has been touched by cancer. There's no question. I have personally.
Yes.
Your family has.
My daughter actually is going to speak at halftime of that game.
Very nice. Very nice. We look forward to that.
Giordina, I should say, drives, and they score off the rebound. 44-25, 19-point lead.
That was Pizzalia Kamenko on the board, 6'1" junior out of Italy. You talked about where do they get him? They get him from everywhere.
There aren't that many from the state of Florida. There's
Spain.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Most
Spain,
of them.
Austria, Sweden. A couple from Austria.
Yep. Alabama, New York, Ohio, and Wyoming within the states. Lasley missing the first.
And frankly, Tampa's the same way. I mean, many out-of-state players. Tider is from Orlando. Ingram's from Clearwater, Palm Harbor University High School.
Sullivan, Orlando.
Yep. But I think that's it, if I'm not mistaken. So, international flavor. And players from all over the United States as well.
Some of the teams, they'll come in, they'll have a very Florida flavor to them. Boom. Lasley colliding.
Lasley hasn't played a lot.
Sullivan off the glass and in, 44-28.
A nice find there by Cody, and then Sullivan with the immediate catch and go right to the rack. No pump fakes from Aaliyah Sullivan.
Janicki outside, top of the key, lofts it inside to Fuse Robertson. Tries to back in on Nudge, not able to, puts it up, rebound Nudge.
Good defense that time by Dory Nudge.
Fuse Robertson sitting at 6 points for the day. Sullivan traveled.
Yeah, catch and shoot. She caught the ball and then hopped to her left without putting the ball on the floor.
She's coming out, Emily Eshu coming in. Eshu confined to the bench with foul trouble, but now getting a chance. She hit 2 3-pointers early in the game. Kept the Spartans keeping pace early in this game. Steal by Cody. Saw that pass coming and jumped in and took the passing lane. Maya Lasley handling the ball, pressured, spin dribble, and loses it. Quickly out to Giordina. Off the glass and in. Nice jump. Kind of a jump stop, little hook shot.
Very acrobatic play by Giordina, who's got 19 now.
Lasley kicks it out to McClure. Into Cody. Trying to back down Fuse Robertson. Nice spin in the lane. Puts it up and in. Cody, 4 points. Top of the key, Janicki. Back of the rim. Into the hands of McClure.
Well, if the Spartans can make a basket here and then make another defensive stop and score again before the end of the quarter, suddenly you start to think, well, maybe there's a shot.
Right. Eshu, guarded by Janicki, bounces it into Cody. Nudge, nice drive on the baseline, lays it in, 46-32.
Yeah, she caught that. Looked like she was maybe going to launch a long three and then just drove to the hoop.
Giordina fouled, and I think McClure cramped up. Calf. Yeah, she cramped up going down. Blocked. She tried to get a rebound, or I should say a block from behind. She's limping off the court.
Yeah, I don't know if she turned her ankle or
she grabbed her calf.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Immediately grabbed her calf.
She's trying. She's going to have to stretch it out.
Yeah, I've had those too, and they are no fun.
Yeah, no joke. Those are no joke.
No. They just knot up, and you're amazed how hard that is. Giordina, first free throw, no good.
81% shooter on the line here this season.
Missed. Oh, I was going to say, that one hit the front of the rim and climbed over.
Yeah. Hughes Robertson, the best shooter at 84%. Well, check that. Mackenzie Steele actually at 87% is the best on the team.
Lasley gets the lane. No foul call, just taken away. Quickly down court to Jenneke, catches in stride, lays it up and in.
Transition defense was one of the things Tom Jesse talked about with his team, but again, give Florida Southern a ton of credit. They just do play good fundamental basketball. They've been in a great man-to-man defense. Very tough to get a shot or to get into your offense. And this is a very impressive team. Like Tom Jesse told me before the game, I could see them going to the Elite Eight and being a team that might just win a national championship. They're good. They're very, very good.
Lasley fouled, hits the first free throw.
They have 3 4-year starters. Great depth. Again, you got these two players, Jardina and Hughes Robertson, they were both honorable mention All-America last year. They're very, very good.
7 seconds to go. Quickly up court. Kaladiev. Giardina looking to shoot. Step back at the buzzer, and she knocks down that 3. Big time play.
Wow.
Emily
Eshu was all over her, but that was like an NBA type step back, launched the 3 at the buzzer. Nothing but net. Beautiful, beautiful.
She has 23. The lead is 19, 52-34 at the end of the third quarter, right here on Tampa Spartans.tv and the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Sailport. Suites is an official partner of UT Athletics. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website, check dining services for their variety and hours. Well, you look at the stat sheet, Jack. Both you and I are doing that, and there's not a lot from a Tampa perspective that is good to see.
They did shoot 50% for the quarter, but only 4 of 8.
Yeah. And again, Giardina's just been too tough. Has made 4 of 7 from deep, 23 points overall. Just a terrific player. And Hughes Robertson, All-American, doesn't matter. She's played 30 minutes, 6 points, 6 boards. Just a nice, solid game. Finding her teammates, not forcing anything.
Yeah, she's played within the limit of the game, and she hasn't really been forced to go above and beyond right now. She seems happy with that role. Pass inside, stolen. Lasley has it. Spartans go with Lasley, Cody, Nudge, Sullivan, and Eshu. Same group that finished the quarter. Nudge fouled on the way in.
But I think in the act of shooting.
Claiborne, Jenneke, Giardina, Campbell, and who am I missing? Landberg.
Again, we talked about Betsy Harris. That first year back in the 2014-15 season, they went 13-14. And since that time, they've been really good. 27-6, 20-10, 25-5, 17-1 this year. They've played in 3 consecutive NCAA tournaments, and you can guarantee it'll be 4. It'll be 4.
Yep.
So again, credit where it's due. Betsy Harris, the Alabama grad, with her assistant Tiana Kelly, they've done a nice job at Florida Southern.
I believe that year the men's team were national champions.
Yes.
I think 5 years ago now.
Yep.
Link Darner was the head coach, who's gone on to Wisconsin Green Bay. Campbell tries to pivot. Nudge holds the ground. Claiborne drives, elbows Cody out of the way, and gets the ball to fall.
Yeah, that was the men with Kevin Capers, and he did such a terrific job. Just one of the best players I've seen in Division II basketball. The interesting thing, I was talking to some of their folks, Florida Southern is only ranked 13th in the poll this week. They were 12th last week, but actually dropped despite beating St. Leo 68-34. They only played the one game. But they have not played a ranked team in 2 seasons. It was the end of the 2017 season. They beat Eckerd. But they have not faced a ranked opponent since that time.
Wow.
So I found that fascinating.
So the pollsters don't give them a heck of a lot of love with that one, huh?
And I guess if there's a strength of schedule component of it, that doesn't show well for the Sunshine State Conference. But the problem is, I think some of the teams are so good through the years here that they beat each other.
Yeah, and don't get ranked.
Yeah.
Kicked out of the way by Nudge. 54-35.
Dory Nudge might want to call the Chicago Bears. That was a pretty good kick right there.
Now, be nice to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Bears fan.
Doink, doink.
Yeah. Now Claiborne, by the way, the third player in double figures scoring for the game with 10. Before that, it was Giardina and Nudge, the only players in double figures.
Nice save to keep the ball alive and a new shot clock. Campbell tries to drive. Nudge keeps her out, gets it to Giardina. She finds Campbell and lays it up, misses it, and Nudge takes it out of the air, and we come the other way.
Yeah, Cody kept that alive, and Nudge was able to haul it in.
Cody, nice move inside, fouled on the way up. That'll be on Claiborne. Her fourth. Well, you look over at the Spartan bench. There's 5 on the court. There's 2 waiting to come in. There are only 2 on the sideline.
Wow.
Sitting on the bench. They're thin.
Tyra Cormier, if I'm not mistaken, is still out with that knee injury, isn't she?
I believe so. So Cody will shoot. Men's game coming up about 7:30. I don't know how we're doing. Are we hanging in there on time? Out of bounds. It'll be Tampa's ball.
Well, I wouldn't think there'd be a lot of strategic timeouts down the stretch here unless this game gets close all of a sudden.
Right.
They're going to give that now to Florida Southern, and I think that's the correct call. Knocked out of bounds by Sullivan as they scrambled for it over there.
Landberg crossed the timeline, heads left. Fuse Roberton back out. Eshu guarding Giardina. She's going to drive the lane anyway. She goes to the ground and Nudge gets the ball. Nudge pivots, comes back out. Tighter, still scoreless. Nudge to the ground, finds Eshu, and they call a timeout. Spartans get the timeout. I don't believe that was a media timeout, but...
Yeah, Tom Jesse called it on the bench because they had possession and they still had 8 seconds to get a shot away, so he doesn't want to give up the possession there. So not a media timeout. Urgent care located just minutes away in South Tampa.
19-point deficit for the Spartans. Under 7 minutes to go in the game. Top scorer for the Spartans is Nudge with 12. The only one in double digits. The only one really close to double digits. On the other side, 23 for Giardina, 10 for Claybrum.
Tom Jesse, a little prophetic in talking with him. He said this is maybe the most experienced team in the conference with all these senior players, and talking about Florida Southern. He goes, and you look at us, our most experienced player has 1.5 years in the program. They may have experience at some level, but working in this system, not so much.
Not 3.5 years.
No. Trying to get tighter on the scoring board.
Just won't fall. She's now 0 for 8. Janicki with the bounce pass. Loop around inside. Nudge gets the rebound. We come back the other way. Ashu looks to drive the baseline. Up off the glass. Bounces it in. Emily Ashu with the basket for the Spartans. She has 8. Fuse Robertson, top of the key. And she thought Janicki was going to zig. She zagged, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Dory Nudge has 5 double-doubles this year. She's just a couple of rebounds away from yet another one. But this one's not going to matter a bit.
6 minutes to go in the game. Julia Ingram threw it away.
And Tom Jesse just shakes his head.
Yep.
The Spartans just not playing their best. Emily Escher tried to sell that.
Yep.
And the Florida Southern fans behind us actually made the call going, come on, don't try to steal it that way. You know that's red ball.
Giardina. Landberg calls out the play. Finds Fuse Robertson. Step back. Knocks it down.
Boy, a little elbow jumper, nothing to it. She could have that all day long. She's passed that up a couple of times to find teammates with easier shots.
She does have 7 rebounds.
8.7 boards. She could end up with a double-double before they're done here.
That'd be a quiet one.
Yeah.
If there is such a thing. There's a travel on Nudge. 3rd time they've called travel on her. Not the same motion that got her the first 2.
Nudge with 6 turnovers. Sullivan with 5. 16 for the Spartans as a team. It's not going to belabor the point, but this is not the game that Tom Jesse needed from his team.
He didn't envision this. Nudge, Robertson, collide, and the foul is going to be called on Fuse Robertson.
Yeah, she went over the top. She was going for the ball, felt like she had just as much right to go get it, but the inside position was with the Tampa player. So
timeout is called with 4:49 left in the game. 56-37, Florida Southern on top. As we mentioned, Embry Riddle coming to town on Saturday. 2 o'clock women, 4 o'clock men.
Yeah, big game certainly for the women as they'll have to try to bounce back after this one. Obviously, with 4:49 to play, you'd like to think maybe they could make a run. This one, again, they just didn't play their best, but give all the credit in the world to Florida Southern, which is a championship caliber team. There's just no doubt in my mind that we've seen that tonight. They have a great inside game, great athleticism, hugely deep bench. You fans watching tonight in Lakeland, you already know what fun it is to watch this particular team play. And I know that in the past, Jim Henderson, if I'm not mistaken, did the radio play-by-play, and then a couple years ago, I think they stopped doing that. So we do know that we have some viewers watching, you Florida Southern fans, and again, we respect your team greatly because they're talented.
Ashu missing. Janicki rebounds.
And the Spartans have been really good on this floor all year. 9-1 at home coming into this game. So this is really an aberration.
Yeah, this is their off game.
Yeah, and it's not a night that you wanted your off game.
Right. Cody with a steal. Chris Nelson back in the lineup, finds Ingram. She goes to Titer.
And you can see how quickly Landberg stepped out on Ingram. They do not give Ingram a split second to shoot. Same thing with Eshu, really. They have scouted them. They know that you cannot let those 2 3-point shooters spot up.
It almost seems like since the first quarter, they were kind of going back and forth with each other, making baskets. And then Florida Southern turned it up.
Ingram and Eshu have combined for 60 made 3-pointers this year coming into the game. So obviously you look at that stat and Betsy Harris says, we're not going to let them beat us tonight.
Right. Now Eshu did make 2 early.
Got 3 for 2 open looks.
Yeah. And then 1 in the third quarter. But they haven't given her, it's not like she's missed them. She's 2 for 3. I think one of them must have been called a 2-pointer because I thought she hit 2. There's one. That gets her into double digits with 11.
Well, again, Stasia Titer scoreless tonight, and you give all the credit once again to Anya Fuse-Robertson, who has done a really nice job defensively on her.
And she puts the ball down and gets called for the jump ball possession arrow to Tampa.
Well, I guess Cormier is okay because she's checking in. Tyra Cormier, the 6-foot junior out of Houston, Texas, in here. Number 1, going to inbound now. And Stasia Titer sits down, and I think she's done for the night, and she just shakes her head. Can't believe the nightmare that this night was.
0 for 8, 0 for 1 for 3, had 5 rebounds. Just not her night. Cody looks, finds Sullivan off the glass, no good. Rebound, Cormier, and we have a jump ball. Possession arrow to Florida Southern. 2.5 minutes left in the game. Florida Southern will go to 18-1, 11-0 in conference play.
I was just thinking, tight games are fun to call when they're really close. And I think it's probably fun also for the players and the officials even. But I think the officials probably enjoy a game like this where every call isn't crucial because you don't have both coaches in their ears the whole time.
Sullivan missing the drive.
Fuse-Robertson's going to go to the bench probably for good. With 2:07 to play.
So she'll check out with 8 points, 8 rebounds.
One of her lesser scoring games of the season. Might have got away with a travel there, you think?
Thought so.
But no basket anyway.
Play on. Steal to Claiborne. Campbell launches a 3 and hits it.
Chesney Campbell played 12 minutes in the game against Tampa in Lakeland, had 7 points in those 12 minutes. She was the leading scorer off the bench. Didn't need much at all tonight because Giardina with 23 points leading the way for her team.
Cormier missing the drive, but foul pushed off by Campbell. And with 1:22 to go, Cormier will go to the line. Cormier from Houston, Texas, transferring in from St. Mary's College in Texas. 2 Spartan players transferring in from the state of Texas this year. Chris Nelson from Temple College in Texas, though she's from Augusta, Georgia.
Monet Burkett has checked into the lineup. Number 2, sophomore point guard from Naples, Florida, Palmetto Ridge High. Coming in for Florida Southern. And with the ball there.
Campbell just hit a 3, eyed another one, talked herself out of it. Steele fires. Ball on the ground, and Claiborne tracks it down, and a new shot clock with a minute to go in the game. Deep corner, Landberg missing, and Sullivan going to try to hustle it down to the other end. Puts it off the glass, fouled on the way in.
Strong move by the freshman. And again, in an 18-point game in the final minute, you're just trying to do something that makes you feel a little bit better about what's sure to be a defeat here. Kalidiev is back in, coming in for Landberg here with 43 seconds left. Well, Tom Jesse will try to get his squad regrouped and so that they can come back against Embry-Riddle 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Embry-Riddle, as you mentioned, 6-5, so depending on what they do tonight, they may be within a game of the Spartans.
Yeah. 6-5 in conference play, 11-7 overall.
8 on the shot clock, 20 on the game. Campbell is going to have to shoot, and a shot clock violation. Spartans will get one last chance, 11.8 seconds to go. They're down 17, so the final seconds coming up here.
Tom Jesse drawing up that 18-point play coming up right here.
You know, at this point, just pick the ball up and let the clock start. Five. Sullivan looks to go inside, off the glass, lays it in with 2 seconds to go. And why did we stop?
Tom Jesse, I'm not sure. I think maybe one of the players started to call timeout, and they just, to try to stop the clock. Oh, you know what? That's what happened. The scoreboard got misset.
All right, let's just. Now there's still. Wow, these last 2 seconds are going to take longer.
2.4 seconds is put up on the timer, and then they'll inbound it, and that'll be the game.
They do, and it is.
We're a good team, aren't we?
So the final score, disappointing night for the Tampa Spartans as they fall to the number.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Conference.
Quick recap of the scores. Claiborne with 10, Janicki 5, Giardina 23, Fuse Roberton 8, Landberg with 6, Kaziliak with 4, Kalidiev with 3 to round out the scoring. They were 22 of 53 from the floor, and they end up with 59 points for the final. Spartans with 44 points, tighter scoreless. Nelson had 3, Nudge had 12, Eshu with 11, Cody with 4, McClure with 2, Cormier with 1, Sullivan 8, Lasley with 3. Spartans fall 7-4 in conference play, or 8-4 in conference play, and 14-6 on the season. 18-1 now for Florida Southern, 11-0 in conference play. Scott, we've got a men's game coming up at 7:30. Rest your voice, and we'll be ready. Or in about 30 minutes from now. So thanks everyone for watching this one. You've been watching it on TampaSpartans.tv and the Sunshine State Digital Network.